Did you know that couples who live together before marriage are actually more likely to get divorced? It sounds shocking, right? Studies show that couples who cohabit before tying the knot are 33% more likely to split up. That's a huge number, and it might make you rethink the idea of moving in together before marriage. In this video, we'll dive into why living together before marriage might not be the best idea, even though it seems like the modern thing to do. We'll explore surprising facts, share real data, and show you how waiting could actually lead to a stronger, happier relationship. If you're wondering if moving in together is the right choice, stick around, you might be surprised by what you learn. Chapter 1: The Illusion of Comfort. Why moving in can kill the spark. When you first fall in love, everything feels fresh and exciting. But once you move in together, that excitement can quickly fade. It's easy to think living together before marriage will strengthen your bond, but in reality, it often leads to the opposite. A 2014 study from the Journal of Marriage and Family found that couples who cohabit before marriage are 33% more likely to divorce than those who wait. Why? Because they get too comfortable too soon. Living together can cause you to stop dating each other. When you see your partner every day, you might think, what's the need to keep things exciting? But this lack of effort can make things feel routine, and over time, you stop appreciating each other the same way. Think about it, when you're not living together, you're more likely to make time for thoughtful gestures, surprise dates, and deep conversations. Living together too early might also make you ignore red flags. When you're in the same space day after day, little annoyances start to pile up. Instead of addressing issues, you sweep them under the rug. Over time, this can create resentment and weaken the relationship. A survey by the National Marriage Project showed that couples who wait until marriage to live together have more positive communication patterns, which leads to stronger, healthier marriages. The truth is, moving in together before marriage can trick you into thinking you're closer than you actually are. True intimacy is built on understanding each other's needs and boundaries, and that takes time. Relationships thrive when both partners feel they are continually growing together. That growth often happens in stages, and rushing through those stages might stall the development of a deeper, more meaningful connection. Chapter 2: Breaking the Fantasy. The truth about living together. It's easy to romanticize the idea of living together. You might picture cozy mornings with coffee, cuddling on the couch, and shared meals. But the reality is much different. You might find yourself arguing over chores, bills, or even whose turn it is to do the laundry. According to a 2019 study from the National Bureau of Economic Research, couples who live together before marriage tend to report lower relationship satisfaction. Why? Because living together brings a new set of challenges that aren't always as glamorous as they seem. Think about how different things are when you're dating versus when you're living together. Dating allows you to keep your individuality, but living together forces you to merge your habits and routines. What happens when your partner has a habit you find annoying, or when you disagree on how to decorate the living room? These small disagreements can lead to bigger frustrations, and if they're not addressed properly, they can slowly chip away at your connection. Living together often forces you to confront real issues that you might have avoided if you weren't in each other's personal space all the time. According to marriage counselor Dr. John Gottman, the key to a lasting relationship is gentle, positive influence. But when you're living together, it's easy for negative behaviors to take over. The lack of emotional space to process disagreements can cause conflicts to feel more overwhelming. And then there's the issue of finances. Money is one of the leading causes of stress in relationships. When you're living together, financial concerns can feel even more pressing. Who pays for what? How do you handle shared expenses? The pressure to figure this all out can add unnecessary stress to the relationship, especially if both partners don't have the same financial goals or habits. Living together before marriage can also create a false sense of security. When you're not married, there's always an easy way out if things get tough. But in marriage, you've made a lifelong commitment. It's about facing challenges together, not running from them. Taking the time to truly know each other before committing fully allows you to enter marriage with a stronger, more realistic understanding of what the future holds. Chapter 3: The Love Lab. Why space makes your relationship stronger. One of the surprising benefits of not living together before marriage is the space it gives you to grow as individuals. Space doesn't just mean physical distance, It's also about emotional space. A little bit of separation allows you both to maintain your individuality, which is crucial for a healthy, balanced relationship. The truth is, the best relationships are built when both people can still pursue their personal passions and goals. Dr. Terry Orbuch, author of 5 Simple Steps to Take Your Marriage from Good to Great, says that the most successful couples give each other room to grow, encouraging each other to chase dreams and support one another's ambitions. Living apart before marriage also gives you time to evaluate what you truly need in a partner. Without the distraction of constant proximity, you can think more clearly about your needs and desires in the relationship. You're more likely to notice if your values align, which is critical for long-term happiness. This space allows you to foster better communication. When you're not together all the time, you're forced to communicate more effectively. According to a 2017 study published in Communication Research Reports, couples who communicated openly and regularly reported higher satisfaction in their relationships. That means not living together can actually encourage deeper, more meaningful conversations. In fact, emotional distance can actually strengthen your bond. A 2021 study published in Psychological Science found that couples who maintain some level of independence before marriage are more likely to stay together in the long run. This research shows that the healthy balance of togetherness and independence is a major factor in relationship satisfaction. Lastly, space helps to keep the mystery alive. Couples who live apart before marriage can still keep the excitement of dating alive. You'll continue to look forward to seeing each other, keeping the passion high. Without this intentional excitement, living together can become routine and predictable, which is a fast track to relationship burnout. In the end, space is not just about taking breaks, it's about giving each other the room to flourish. The more you allow each other to grow individually, the stronger your relationship will become as you come together. If you're finding these insights helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more tips on building a healthy relationship that lasts. Chapter 4: Marriage is a different ballgame. The emotional mindset shift when you move in together before marriage. It's easy to blur the lines between dating and commitment. But marriage is a whole different ballgame. It's not just about sharing a space, it's about building a life together. The shift from being a couple to being married requires a change in mindset, and that's where living together too soon can be tricky. Marriage is built on a deeper emotional commitment. A 2016 study from the University of Denver found that couples who waited until marriage to live together reported stronger feelings of commitment. The reason? Marriage involves a clear, intentional decision to build a future together, which is different from the temporary test phase that living together can feel like. Living together before marriage may give you a false sense of security. While it can feel comfortable and familiar, it lacks the gravity and emotional investment that comes with marriage. A married couple isn't just cohabiting, they've made a promise to support each other through thick and thin, no matter what. When you marry, you're not just thinking about today or tomorrow. You're making plans for the long haul. Studies show that married couples are more likely to navigate challenges successfully because they've made a lifelong promise to weather the storms together. But if you move in together before that commitment, you might not develop the emotional resilience needed to handle difficult times in marriage. One important thing to consider is the pressure that comes with cohabiting. According to a study by the National Marriage Project, couples who live together before marriage may feel like they're already locked in, and therefore might avoid making the critical decision to marry. This can lead to a sense of stagnation, where the relationship lacks the forward momentum that marriage provides. Marriage involves legal and social recognition of your partnership. When you live together, you may not feel the same sense of responsibility toward each other as you would once you're married. The emotional shift is huge. Marriage isn't just about having a partner to share a bed with, it's about entering a lifelong partnership. And that takes a mental and emotional shift that many couples aren't prepared for if they've already been cohabiting for years. Chapter 5: Rushing into Forever. Why Patience Builds True Love. In our fast-paced world, everything seems to happen instantly. You can order food in minutes, message anyone instantly, and get responses just as quickly. But love doesn't work like that. Rushing into living together before marriage can actually harm your relationship in the long run. Patience, on the other hand, allows love to grow in a meaningful, sustainable way. One of the benefits of waiting is that it gives you time to see each other in different situations. The American Psychological Association notes that taking time to understand your partner's behaviors, moods, and responses in various settings is crucial. It's easy to ignore red flags when you're living together, but patience allows you to step back and truly evaluate the person you're with. Marriage expert Dr. Gary Chapman, author of The 5 Love Languages, believes that patience helps you communicate better. By taking time to understand each other's needs and personalities, you are less likely to misinterpret actions or words. This leads to deeper emotional intimacy. Rushing into a shared life without fully understanding each other can cause frustration, which might have been avoided with a little more patience. Studies show that couples who wait before living together have more successful marriages. The Journal of Marriage and Family found that couples who waited to cohabit until after marriage were 20% more likely to have a happy, stable relationship. This isn't to say living together before marriage is always detrimental, but it does suggest that taking your time before making such a big step can lead to stronger long-term bonds. Patience also helps you grow together. When you take time before living together, you both have the space to develop your personal goals and dreams. According to Dr. Terry Orbuck, a relationship expert, couples who focus on personal growth while also supporting each other's development tend to have healthier relationships in the long run. One of the most common reasons relationships end is because people grow apart. However, waiting to live together allows both partners to mature individually, which strengthens the partnership when the time comes. Growth and patience are powerful tools for building a solid foundation. If you want more relationship wisdom, hit that subscribe button to stay updated on everything from love to happiness. Chapter 6, The Commitment Test, Why Marriage Should Be the Next Step. Many people see living together as a test drive for marriage. The idea is that if you can live together successfully, then marriage will be easy. But the truth is, living together isn't the same as being married. Marriage is the real test of commitment, and it should be approached with intention and clarity. Research supports the idea that marriage is a stronger commitment than cohabitation. The National Marriage Project found that couples who marry tend to have better relationship satisfaction and are more likely to stay together than those who simply live together. This is because marriage isn't just about living together, it's about creating a legally recognized partnership where both people are fully invested in each other's happiness and success. Living together before marriage can make you feel secure without truly testing your commitment. When you're married, there's a legal and social responsibility to one another. The commitment is explicit, and there's a sense of security that comes from knowing that you're both all in. This type of commitment strengthens the relationship, creating a stable foundation for long-term happiness. In fact, research from the Pew Research Center reveals that people who live together before marriage often have less realistic expectations about marriage. They may have experienced a sense of commitment through cohabitation, but that commitment isn't the same as the depth and responsibility that marriage entails. Without that marriage mindset, couples might struggle when real challenges arise. Marriage also has a profound emotional impact. A study in the Journal of Marriage and Family found that couples who marry tend to experience more emotional and physical satisfaction in their relationships. They are also more likely to provide emotional support for each other, which strengthens their bond. The commitment that comes with marriage isn't just a promise to stay together, it's a promise to weather life's challenges together. When you marry, you're committing to stand by each other in good times and bad, whether that means dealing with health issues, career changes, or family struggles. Cohabiting before marriage might not give you the chance to develop this deep level of commitment. In the end, marriage is a commitment test that builds a solid foundation for the future. By choosing to wait, you ensure that both partners are ready for the challenges of life together. Marriage is about creating a lasting partnership, and the intentional step of marriage helps build that foundation for a happy, successful life together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more relationship advice that can change your love life for the better.